and the Bahamian aren't prepared to stand up and fight and defend their own Bahamas, then you don't deserve to have it.
Now let that sink in. Come on. Change ain't coming, change is here. You can hear it, you can feel it in the air. All politicians, put your hands in the air. Just a stick up, let me make myself clear. I'm a grown man talking, so you know what to do. No one's leaving till we figure out the truth. Why you laughing? This ain't nothing funny. So no one gets to go home till we figure out this money. Change ain't coming, change is here. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, nigga, change is here. Now if you ain't standing with us, then I know you against us. Bahamas, this ain't no time for us to be lukewarm. This is war, and we riding through the storm. Come on. Let's go. Shalom to all my Hebrew brothers, to all my Muslim and Rastas. We need you, brother. I see, I know. I can't forget the Christian mission. See, they've been doing this for years, trying to separate us, kinda trying to keep us down and never elevate us. Now it's time to praise the Lord, cause he's about to take us over to the promised land where we can celebrate us. I got to do it for my kids that ain't even born yet. So the minute that they born, they already gotta check that check. Gotta have that time to collect, so they won't know how it feels to have that yoke around their neck. Yeah. See, y'all been robbing my grandmother, my great-great-grandmother and grandfather. It's like y'all can't get enough. Y'all just keep eating and giving us nothing but taxes. Y'all went even as far as to say that this country's in debt and we ain't got no money. When 9 times out of 10, everybody in this country's possibly a millionaire. It's time to wake up. Let's talk about natural resources, cause every time we bring it up, they say hold your horses. They say it ain't worth a thing, but it's worth a fortune. Meanwhile, they open up their businesses across the borders. Oh yes, we track their bank accounts across the waters. They say this country in debt, but they making millions. If we don't stop this now, they be up to billions. It's about to go down and I get the feeling we gotta cut a movie on these dirty villains. Sonus Lincoln Bain and his team came with information. It's like everything changed, everything went quiet. It's like so much facts and they can't deny it. They'd rather keep their mouths shut before they start a riot. Now look how they tryna just steal the oil. They don't wanna share with none of y'all. They been robbing us while we were sleeping. Send them to jail cause they failed, they committed treason. Change ain't coming. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, nigga, change is here. Listen, from Freeport to Nassau all the way to Nago, there's no more time for us to sit back and be quiet. You understand? This is war. If they only knew who we were, if they only know who we are, they would know we are warriors. No retreat, no surrender. Just give us what you owe us. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. I feel this all the way to my ancestors. We are warriors. We only really want what's owed to us. You get it? Now free up.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Of course, you know what to do as soon as you get in here. Please share, share, share. And you know why? Because we have to get the message out. You can share this from my page, Lincoln Bain. You can also, for your family and friends who don't have Facebook, you can share it on YouTube. You go to YouTube, it's Coalition of Independence page, and you can share it from there. And so thank you all for tuning in. We're always glad to have you here. So please take a minute and share this to the Bahamian public. We'll be starting in a minute. We are severely concerned about a statement made by the Attorney General today. The Attorney General is supposed to be a defender of the law in this country. The Attorney General seems to have made a statement that is a blatant lie about the judgment. And he said he read the judgment, and what he read, based on what he read, the injunction only covers Abaco. I can't believe those words came out of his mouth. And so either one of two things happened today. The Attorney General lied blatantly or cannot read. And he's pretending to be able to read. We're going to get to that in a minute. Let's please get there. I'm not going to be too long tonight. Let's get there as fast as possible. Welcome to all of you. It's always a pleasure to have you here. So thank you for being here. Just want to take a minute to share this. All right, here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, we had a long day today. We were out fighting for the Bahamian people all day on today. And we thank all of those Bahamians who came out. The Bahamas came out and showed out today. We showed that we're not going to take any more. We showed that we are tired of being treated like second class in this country. We are tired of it. We're tired of being treated like animals, like dogs. Like the dog is just in the house, but no one has explained anything to him. He doesn't inherit anything. There's nothing for him. Everyone else can come in the house and they can have advantages. They can go in the bedroom. The dog has to stay outside, and everyone comes and go. When the family is moving, no one explains anything to the dog, and so that's how Bahamians have been treated in this country, and that has to stop. This has been happening for far too long. And it's time for us as Bahamians to take a stand. And we will not accept being treated like second class in this country. All right? So we wanna thank all of you. We want to thank all of you for tuning in. And we're gonna get something straight. There are some people who tend to make these kinds of matters political matters, that wherever it affects their political party, they're just going to defend their party blindly, and to hell with the Bahamian people, and to hell with how it affects us. They just are coonies and they have to come out and defend whatever their party does. They don't have the integrity to stand up and say that right is right and wrong is wrong. And so we want to admonish all Bahamians. Come on, man. Come on. It's time for us to stand up for Bahamians, for all of us to benefit, for us to be treated like first class in this country. We've always been second or third class in this country. We've been used to that. Over the years, that's just the way it has been. That's the way it's been for the Bahamians in this country, particularly Black Bahamians. But now we are seeing that even the foreign Haitian immigrant, the legal Haitian, is being treated better than us in this country. We are now seeing the government saying certain things and doing certain things that puts the Haitian immigrant over us, that they have certain advantage. You go on construction sites, the Haitian immigrants get the good jobs. They're getting most of the jobs. You go on all these keys, etc., you're going to see the Haitian immigrants getting a good job. In this country, our crown land, they have taken over, totally taken over parts of this country. And they've not been disturbed. That should be disturbing to any Bahamian. While you were sleeping and not paying attention, the entire Cowpen Road area has been cleared of its pine trees. You heard a witness from Dennis Cates, today said that he was there from he was 2 years old. I think he's now in his 50s or 60s. And he said that over the years, he watched as the Haitians continually tore down the trees, and nothing was done. Complaints were made to all areas of this society, and nothing was done. It's like they have full immunity. It's like every single illegal immigrant has immunity like an ambassador, diplomatic immunity, and you can't touch them. That's how it has been in this country for far too long. And so they've been doing this for years and years and years. We've been hearing Bahamians from all walks of life are coming forward now and saying and sending us pictures and showing us how they've made complaints about this happening, and it's fallen on deaf ears. Persons living in the Coral Harbor area said that they've made complaints about the smoke coming, while government officials lied to them and said, oh, it's just a forest fire. They've made complaints over and over, nothing. And so Bahamians were suffering, being exposed to cancer, etc., from this smoke, other respiratory diseases. Nothing for Bahamians. And so I'm just here to say that we're fed up, and this is not going to happen anymore. We now have the government that is hell-bent on suppressing Bahamians and defending everything else. And you're seeing it right now. These are clips that Bahamians sent to me, pictures that Bahamians sent to me of Haitians in New Providence, cutting trees, tearing down trees. This should not happen. These incidents were reported. Can you show them the pictures of these immigrants cutting down trees? These are what Bahamians reported. Bahamians who are tired, Bahamians who are fed up. Look at that truck. I know it isn't, but that feels like the 2,000 trees that the Department of Forestry is looking for. Look at that truck. That is Haitian immigrants cutting down trees. These ones were caught in the act, cutting trees. Same white trucks that they always use. This one was caught in the act. This vigilant resident said she reported it. This is in that same area in the airport road area. She reported it, and nothing. Nothing. We are presenting evidence to the Bahamian government Yet Vaughn Miller is in denial. Look at this. Evidence. Evidence. And the government is in denial. Vaughn Miller decided to, instead of dealing with the issue of these illegal immigrants, we call them that because some of them we stopped, we asked them if they have papers, and they did not have papers. And I want you to play the clip with Vaughn Miller. Play the clip with Vaughn Miller, where he is from Facebook.
Matters relating to a pine forest, in forests in general, pine forest in particular. I have two of our technical persons with me. Is it okay if they come up with me also?
Certainly.
Okay, that's senior officer in charge of forestry, is Daniel Danak, and director of the Department of Environmental Planning and Protection, Dr. Rihanna Neely. Our ministry and these departments do not operate in silos or isolation. We operate in conjunction with other governmental ministries and agencies. For example, the Royal Bahamas Police Force, Department of Lands and Survey, Department of Physical Planning, of the Ministry of Works. There are some of the agencies, ministries that we work with. The pine forests are critically important to the well-being of all Bahamians. And our
I think that's the longer clip. We wanted to play the clip
they are
to get straight to the
protected
point.
under the law of the Bahamas, as they
We want to
provide
get the clip to
critical
get straight to the
ecosystem
point,
and
with Vaughn Miller defending the Haitian and the Haitian immigrants. You know, because it is, I mean, he was about to do it just now, but, you know, the fact that a member of parliament who is responsible for the environment would be asked the question, outright, asked the question of what about the Haitians? What about the Haitian immigrants burning fires and to burn our pine forest to make coal? What about that? And he sideswiped and defended them. He sideswiped and defended them. I want you to listen to this. If you don't have the actual the shorter clip to go straight to the point, then you can just play that one. But I want you to hear this with your own ears.
And as outlined in the Conservation of the Physical Landscape Act, permission must also be sought from the forestry unit to remove protected trees and plants. And finally, the Environmental Planning and Protection Act, it outlines that no work should commence in the Bahamas without first obtaining a certificate of environmental clearance. These permissions are necessary to work within the framework of the law wherever in the Bahamas. Anyone conducting activities without the necessary permission, they are breaking the law and are subject to penalties under the law. And penalties can be as harsh or extreme into the millions and also involve imprisonment. And so, in a nutshell, just wanted to make that statement and make it clear that what is happening on the pine barrens or pine forests throughout the Bahamas, and we know they're mainly in Grand Bahama and Grand Bahamas.
Let's stop it. I'll play it from my phone because I really can't take care of this man's voice for so long. He's now been proven to be an absolute liar and a deceiver of the Bahamian people, to lie on the Bahamian people and not just lie to them. I'm going to play the clip directly from my phone. Hope you can hear it well. Just put on not disturb, so you're not disturbed while you're watching this. I'm so sorry for this.
There was a video circulating recently with regards to one of the pine forests here in Providence. What is your position with regards to what's happening? We have the Haitian community who usually have those pine for coal and so forth, and that's happening a lot in the Carmichael Road area. What is your position with regards?
I'll let a forestry officer speak to, but I'm going to say this. We often label the Haitian community, and they're involved with that, but I want you to know a lot of Bahamians are involved also with that. But it's a serious problem. It's a real challenge, and it's something that we have to deal with.
The man stammering and nervous stood there lying on the Bahamian people that we burn down trees to make coal. Us. It's us. It's a serious problem, and it's us. It's y'all. Y'all always blaming the Haitian, but it's Bahamians. She asked you about the Haitians doing it, and you went on and lied. And this is what the problem is. Everyone knows that the Haitians cut down. The Haitians cut down the pine forest for coal, and they sell it on Cowpen Road, and they also export it to Haiti. This is what has been happening. We all know it. They destroyed the entire Cowpen Road area. No word on that from the government. No condemnation of that from the government. But yet, they are attacking Bahamians. I want you to watch this video that they're playing now. Play the sound also, so that they can hear what is going on.
All right, we got live fire here. All right, we got live one here. We got one over there where the smoke is. We have one over there. We have one in the bottom. Model freeze. They scattered all over the place. Now this, we all know how this could get out of hand. You see? And we ain't seen no one. And if someone was watching this, they should have been around here. So we ain't see no one. We ain't know what's happening. And we far from water. And look like this being light for a while. Yeah. And there ain't no forest fire. And that's gas or something keeping that fuel. And this was specially laid like this. They like this in patches, man. Yeah, gonna go check this fire out. Now, we heard that someone lighted and they watching it. That's what we heard. But we have to go check that out and find that out for ourselves. Robert here, tall boy here. Some other people is here too passing through. We have women and all. They watching the car because, you know, this might be a setup. Haitians and want us come this way, it might go that way. So we ain't sure. So your fire ain't far. We're going to check that out right now. Here. There's another one here. They in patches, man. There. Let me tell you all something. This ain't no joke. There's another one here. Gotta try out. We gotta try our best to try cut these up and out this. That's another one there. At least about 10 different spots.
What they do is, because they realize Bahamians are there, what they do is they are burning in several spots to make sure you can't come out it. Because what has happened is, since we have been there, we have started outing these fires. We've gone there, and literally, I want to thank the Bahamians who have been taking action. We've gone there, toting buckets and water, and doing different things to out these fires. And so fires have been being lit, and persons have been doing their part, even in some instances without calling the fire department, to out these fires. And so I want to thank Bahamians who have stepped forward to protect our forests. We want to thank all of you who've been doing that. So what they've done is they start lighting more fires at one time in order to make it difficult for you to out any one fire. That is how aggressive these people are. That is how serious this has become. And instead of the government standing with Bahamians, the government is now choosing to attack Bahamians. This is evil. This is wrong. It's only 5 months into this government, and this is what we are now experiencing. This is evil to see the lies that is being spewed. There's a clip today from the Attorney General. I'll get back to that other stuff in a minute. There's a clip today from the Attorney General of this nation. The Attorney General who should be defending us. I want you to watch what he said when asked about the injunction that stops the government from interfering with shanty towns in this country. I want you to watch this with your own eyes and ears.
1 acre, it's a problem.
This on the heels of an announcement by the Attorney General last week that a cease and desist order was being prepared to have those residents evicted from what is claimed to be government-owned well fields and forestry protected areas. Eyewitness News also interviewed Bain and a resident who has reportedly lived there for 5 years. According to them, they are protected under the Shantytown Injunction 2018, which prohibited government from knocking down or interfering with such structures. The AG said today, however, that does not apply here.
If you read the ruling, in fact, I read it yesterday because I anticipated the question. If you read the ruling, it's clear the ruling applies with respect to building codes, and the ruling applies with respect to shanty towns in Abaco. In fact, the injunction, the attempt to expand the injunction throughout the Bahamas was denied.
Another concern for government was the amount of protected forestry being.
The gentleman said that he read the injunction because he knew the question was coming up, and based on what he read, it had something to do with building codes. And it was actually just for Abaco, that it was concerning shanty towns in Abaco. That's your Attorney General. That's your Attorney General of the Bahamas. That right there is dangerous. They're going to another level to protect the illegal immigrants in their actions, to attack Bahamians. When the Attorney General has been caught to lie publicly, every case and matter that is brought forward by the Attorney General will be in question. Every matter brought forward by the Attorney General will be in question because he said he read this injunction and it only deals with Abaco. If the Attorney General will come live on national TV and lie to the public, any lawyer moving forward will be able to use that against him and say that this Attorney General is not credible. That is a major problem that happened today. But of course, this won't be headline news tomorrow because the media is compromised. Now we're going to show you a couple of clips from this injunction that he said was about Abaco. This is a serious problem. This is a serious problem. The injunction, there was an application. The injunction intended to extend what was in New Providence, to extend it to Abaco also. That was granted. They also wanted to extend it to the rest of the Bahamas. Fred Smith and them. To the rest of the Bahamas. That was not granted, to extend it to the rest of the Bahamas, I explained last week. But the extension to Abaco was granted. And so therefore, the judgment was that any shanty town in Abaco and New Providence was untouchable by the government. That is what it said. A quick read of this and you will see that. But to have that man stand up, being shifty and not looking anyone in their eyes and say that this is only for Abaco, we have a serious problem in this country, and we think that he must resign without delay. Of course, we know a corrupt government would not ask him to. But if the government is just, and if this is a new day, Ryan Pinder just ended his tenure as Attorney General. Wow. I'm going to read this for you. This is the injunction. I'm going to read a piece of it, and I'm going to let them show you some clips from it. It says, the ruling. This ruling concerns two separate applications made to the court. Both applicants concern the interim injunction imposed by the court on the 3rd of August 2018. On the 19th December 2019, more than a year after the said injunction was imposed, the respondents, that's the government, filed a summons to vary the injunction in order to exclude the applicants located in Abaco. So the government, a year after the injunction was put on, applied to vary the injunctions to include the applicants located in Abaco Island. I want you all to see this. So I'm gonna switch this camera around. I want you all to see with your own eyes that the Attorney General of this country, the Attorney General, lied to the Bahamian public, lied to the media, because this is disturbing beyond measure. We expected that at some point, you know, the government would start its lies and start doing certain things, but not this early. We've never seen it this early. And so here we go. And you have to share this. I want you to see this with your own eyes. Let me make the screen brighter for you. All right? And so here it says it. Get closer. The ruling concerns two separate applications made to the court. Hold on, let me put it back on my screen so we can see it. Two separate applications made to the court by both applicants. Both applicants concern interim injunction imposed by the court in 2018-2019. More than a year after the injunction was imposed, the respondents, that's the government, filed a summons to vary the injunction in order to exclude the applicants located in Abaco Island, the Bahamas. This summons was supported by the second affidavit of Dion Folks, filed in January 2020. The application on behalf of the applicants, that's meaning Fred Smith and them, concerned a notice of motion filed in January 2020 for the said injunction to be extended to cover all shantytown land in the Bahamas, or in the alternative, all shantytown land in Abaco, the Bahamas. In support of this application, the applicants rely on the affidavit of Timothy Roll and the sworn affidavit. All right. The parties had originally informed the court that they would attempt to reach a mutually agreed position relative to both applicants. So they were negotiating with the illegal immigrants. Okay. And so that's what was really going on there. But of course, that didn't work out. And so this is the actual document that we have in our possession. This is the injunction. All right. The respondent, meaning the government, have submitted that the injunction should no longer apply, as it right there, should no longer apply to the applicants in Abaco due to the disappearance of the very substratum for the injunctions. In other words, Dorian happened, and they're saying that because the buildings were destroyed and the people were moved out, that they should be able to remove Abaco from this so they could start taking action in Abaco. So that's really what happened. Okay, and so that's what this was about. So they were coming back and saying, hey, Abaco is protected under this, but we want to remove Abaco from this because the whole place was destroyed. That's what the government was trying to do. Now, number 7, they have it in the clip. So I'm going to let you see number 7 in the clips. Let's read that together. I want you to read this and see, you know, the disadvantage that Bahamians are really put to, and the fact that they went all out to protect the illegal immigrants. So why aren't they going all out to protect Bahamians? So we're going to read this together. I want you to see this. We're going to read this together. So we get it back up there. So please show the clip from number 7. Thank you, so they can see that. Number 7. So this was one of my most disturbing reads ever. This right here. This says, the parties on the island of Abaco to which the said injunction extends were occupied predominantly by immigrants, allegedly without the requisite and proper status to reside. In other words, these are legal immigrants. Notwithstanding, the court remains mindful that the human element involved. So in other words, yeah, they're legal, but there's a human element. These individuals have fundamental rights which do not extend to citizens of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, but are universal. It's important that the Commonwealth of the Bahamas continues to display mutual value and respect for the lives of everyone within our country, regardless of who they are or where they originate from. This seems to be except for Bahamians. We are suffering from apartheid in this country. We are experiencing xenophobia against Bahamians. In every area of this nation, we are experiencing xenophobia against Bahamians. Whether it is for new jobs, that we bring in other consultants and bring them here, get jobs over Bahamians, whether it's illegal immigrants coming in and having advantages that we don't have, there is xenophobia, but all of the xenophobia that we are seeing is against Bahamians. And so show them the next clip, the next clipping from that document. Okay, so this is another clipping from this document. We want to go through this and let you see this for you with your own eyes, and not to listen to lying Ryan. All right. It says applicants admitted that at no time did the government seek to obtain a variation to the injunction before it embarked on its wholesale clearing of those parts of Abaco, nor did the government rely on any other authority to do so. It just did. This is plainly wrong and not in the spirit of respectful negotiations, which had been ongoing between the parties from the commencement of this matter. Hurricane Dorian appeared to have provided the impetus to eradicate structures without undue concern for the nature of the claim, if any, by the applicants, and with no apparent or real consideration for whether the land belonged to Bahamians, persons with legal rights to the land, etc., etc., etc. I'm going to go back and show you what this whole thing is concerning, but let me show you the judgment. Let's show them the next clip that shows the judgment itself, the decision of the courts. Show them the next clipping from it that shows the actual decision of the court. Let's pull that up. Show them the next clipping that actually shows the decision. Okay, they say that they don't have that big part of it. I'm gonna have to pull it out from here for you. All right, I'll pull it down, and because I want you to see this for yourselves with your own eyes, what the judgment was really about. I'm going to pull this down again. I'm sorry about that. But I want you to see the deceitfulness of the government that is now fighting against Bahamians, and this cannot be allowed. All right, let me pull this up for you, right there. So this is judgment. All right, this is the original judgment. So, I don't know. Let me just double check it. They're saying that they may have it. No, I have it. I'll show it. Now I lost it. We're so sorry about that. Now I lost it. Okay, I found it again. There we go. There we go. Oh, sorry about that. Here it is. Pending the determination of this action until further order, the respondents, that's the government, be and are hereby restrained directly or through their agents, appointees, or employees from taking possession of, demolishing any building on, or otherwise interfering with the 177 applicants or other residents and occupiers' enjoyment of land in shanty towns in New Providence, including by disconnecting any utilities other than pursuant to other relevant enabling legislation. Bahamas. If the Attorney General can read, this is simple. This is the original order. I'm going to read this for you again. Pending the determination, okay, they found it. Pending the determination of this action until further order, the respondents be and are hereby restrained directly or through their agents, appointees, or employees from taking possession of, demolishing any building on, or otherwise interfering with. That means don't touch them in any way, not just the building or removal or anything, interfering with. I hope the Bahamians on Facebook can read, unlike the Attorney General. What is shocking to me is that not one person in the media picked up this document and read it themselves and reported saying, despite what the Attorney General said, this is what the actual injunction says. Not one person in the media picked up the document, and he tell them go read it. I will read this one more time again for our Attorney General, who apparently cannot read. This is paragraph 14. Pending the determination of this action or until further order, the respondents be and are hereby restrained directly or through their agents, appointees, or employees from taking possession of, demolishing any building on, or otherwise interfering with the 177 applicants and other residents and occupiers' enjoyment of shanty towns in New Providence, including by disconnecting any utilities other than pursuant to the relevant enabling legislation. Is there anyone else on this live who can read? See, this is not whether or not the Attorney General knows the law. This is about whether he can read. This is blatant deception of the Bahamian people. But guess what? This will not make the news, because not one of them is going to have the courage to challenge the Attorney General on this. This injunction, if you read it clearly, was about the fact that the government was trying to exclude Abaco because Abaco was now destroyed. And the court said, no, if one house remains, you cannot touch them. And so the court said, no, Abaco will continue to be protected. As it relates to the rest of the Bahamas, the court said, no, we can't just include the whole Bahamas. It's right here in writing. But as it relates to New Providence, the status quo remains. The Attorney General of the Bahamas just stood up and said he read this, and that it said it was talking about something to do with infrastructure, building codes. I don't see anything about building codes. He said he read this, and it's talking about building codes. He said he read this. I am flabbergasted. Okay. Of course, anytime they're talking about the destruction of buildings, etc., they mention, all right, that a lot of the buildings that were destroyed weren't up to building code. But this was not about building codes. You see, I'm shocked that the Attorney General would lie to the Bahamian public. The media would not expose that. If you're interviewing someone and they tell you this is what the order says, go read it, then shouldn't you read it before doing your story? And maybe they read it and they realized, oh, the Attorney General lying, don't touch that. No, I don't know how this works. This is disturbing to me. This is disturbing. This is disturbing. This is the Bahamas in which we live. How can this continue? How can this continue? I mean, the Attorney General stood in front of the media and lied to the Bahamian. In any other country, by sunup in the morning, he would have had to tender his resignation. But not in the Bahamas. They're going to sideswipe, and the media won't cover it like they should. That's going to be the end of it. They're going to vilify me, Maria. They're going to now try to distract you with all kinds of other stuff instead of dealing with what we need to do with. But all Bahamians want is to grow their own food. The Attorney General lied to the Bahamians. And nothing is going to come. It only makes sense for us to fight if all of it. It only makes sense for us to continue. How is it they're not outraged? We want everyone watching this to go on social media and express your outrage for them lying. Now have one day the Minister of Environment lied and said it's Bahamians burning down the trees to make gold. Now today, the Attorney General lied and said, hey, the injunction is only for Abaco. It only covers Abaco. Attorney General, we are demanding your immediate resignation. We need everyone, when this live is finished, to go on social media and decry that lie. Post in every group that you're a part of. The Attorney General lied and said that the injunction preventing the government from interfering in unregulated communities, shanty towns, was only affecting us. My Lord. That's like a punch in the gut. I don't know Vaughn to be a bad person. I don't know Ryan Pinder to be a bad person. But to see two of our cabinet ministers blatantly this early in the game lie to the Bahamian, in fact, lie on the Bahamian people, I don't know what to expect for the next 5 years. I expect to be vilified. I expect to be, arrested. I expect these kinds of stuff to happen. This is what happens when you stand up. But to stand up and lie to people like that, and not have a media that is going to immediately deal with this, put them in their place. The members of the media watching this right now, come on, man, you have a duty. You have a duty. You're the fourth estate. You have a duty. Come on, man. Question is, what are we going to do as a people? We're going to just keep letting this happen. Just keep being lied to by these disgusting, evil people. Keep letting them distract us. Wow. Let me show you this so you can see. I mean, this is serious, When you have the government lying on Bahamians and lying to Bahamians so blatantly and no challenge, this is serious. I don't know if you all understand the situation that we are now in. This is serious. This is the judgment. This is in paragraph 12 of the judgment. It says held. That's what they say. This is the decision of the court. The decision of the court, therefore, is to deny the application of the respondents, that's the government, to vary the injunction to exclude the island of Abaco. The application of the applicants to extend the injunction to the entire Bahamas is also denied. The alternative request of the applicants to extend the injunction to cover the island of Abaco in its entirety is granted. So the court is saying that the decision is made that the government who wanted to exclude Abaco, that is denied, and that the applicants, Fred Smith, them who wanted to make it cover the whole country, that is denied. All right, but they will include, to cover the island of Abaco, they will include that, to cover Abaco in its entirety. And therefore, the judgment, if you just look at the original judgment, that see right here, that's where it says Abaco, and it says the Providence is there, and they added Abaco to it. That's what this was about. Okay? New Providence, Jesus Lord. The Attorney General can read or lie to the entire Bahamian public. Now, there's a lot more I want to say on this. I want to see the reaction of the media on this, and you all are going to see if the media is going to cover this or if they're going to cover this up. The Attorney General lied. Please share this. Wow. So I'm going to use this time to take some questions. I'm not going to go long tonight. I had a really long day. I really need to take a break. This is like a punch in the gut right there. This is like a punch in the gut. That we're now the new day is a day where Bahamians are going to be lied to, lied on, victimized, and made last class in our country. That's a new day. Vaughn Miller came out and decried persons who were cutting down forests, to build homes or farms or whatever. He said they would do it. But Miss Poitier, who works in his office, Miss Poitier, his secretary in his office, cut down in that same forest, the same forest. And she's actually living there right now. She lives there. One Miller knows she lives. His generals pick up and drop off their son. She lives there in a stone building, not even a wooden house, a stone building in the back there. Cut down trees. And so while the minister is attacking the image in his very own office, Jesus, Miss Poitier. Miss Poitier. So is Miss Poitier going to receive a cease and desist from the Attorney General? We are waiting to see if Miss Poitier is going to receive that. And any of the other PLP generals who live in the back there that Vaughn Miller know about. Listen, we got to save this country. The Haitian immigrants, the legal Haitian immigrants, burnt down a major part of the forest in Andros last week. A police officer went live on his page about it. Not a peep in the news about that. They burnt it down to make gold. Now they can go at their leisure and go and just chop trees down as easier because they're burnt. And then go and make the coal. Put it in their kiln. They have something called a kiln. Put it in their kiln, make the coal properly, and then ship it off the Cowpen Road and to Haiti. They destroyed the whole of Cowpen Road. Destroyed all of the pine trees. All of it. But the Attorney General and the minister keeps talking about Bahamians. Something sinister happening here. See, the problem of the persons now residing in that area is one, they are Bahamian. That's the problem you always have in this country. Being a Bahamian. It seems to be a crime to be a Bahamian in this nation. That's how it seems. That's how it feels. It seems like it's a crime. Someone says week before last in Andrews. Yes, it was. Thank you. It seems to be a crime to be a Bahamian in this country. But I believe in a new Bahamas that is coming. I believe in a new Bahamas that is already. If you would choose to bring it to fruition. A new Bahamas where Bahamians are first. We don't hate anybody. We don't hate Americans. We don't hate Chinese. We don't hate Haitians. We don't hate anybody. We love our neighbors. We do not hate illegal immigrants. We hate the fact that you come here illegally. We hate the fact that you build shanty towns and pollute our water table with defecation and feces. We hate the fact that you are building illegal buildings in our country. We hate the fact that you are destroying our forests mercilessly and making millions of dollars doing it. And we hate the fact that Bahamian does the same thing in their own country. They're mashed down. You are seeing this with your very own eyes, Bahamas. Wake up. Because see, they are so corrupt, they can't pivot from what they're doing. I'm talking about the government. They can't pivot. They got instructions, a lot of money involved in this. We got to make our money. Don't mind linking them. Don't worry about them Bahamians. We crush them. And so they can't pivot. So they're going to continue on the road that they're going. They're going to continue to lie to you in your face. They're going to continue to accept their corrupt benefits. They're going to continue to promote every single nationality except Bahamians. This is a cause for which I am not only willing to be arrested, put away for the rest of my life. It's a cause for which I am willing to die. I am looking for a few good Bahamians who are willing to stand up with us, stand up with me, stand up with the Bahamian people. This is not about politics and this is not political. This is about the This is about the survival of the Bahamian people. 5 years from now, when there's no more land for you and your children, when you cannot afford to buy a loaf of bread in the food store because it's $10 or $15, 5 years from now, people are going to be replaying this. They're going to be playing this clip. Then they're going to say, oh, it's too late. What do we do now? We should have done something. No, do something. You see us about to fall over the cliff. Wake up, Bahamas. Don't let the government fool you. If they come after us, stand with us. If they take us to a station, surround that station. Stand up. We're about to lose our entire nation to corruption, to politicians who are making money by selling visas. I don't mean any specific administration. This has been happening. By selling visas for them to come here on planes, which the majority of them did. For turning a blind eye when they come here on boats. We are now outnumbered in Abaco. We are outnumbered in Abaco. Out of every 10 persons in Abaco right now, 2 are Bahamian. 2. We live in a democracy. If you don't wake up and stand up right now, you're going to be outnumbered. There are some bad parts of that culture that should not come to us. The voodoo and those rituals are actually against them. It actually says it, you don't need it. Come. Although Bahamians don't need that. We don't need that in our country, these rituals. We don't need the same way that they burned down and destroyed their forests in Haiti. Their forest is totally gone. When you fly over, all you see is brown. And then right next door, the Dominican Republic, fly over that, green. They destroyed their forests to make coal. They're out of coal, and now they're doing it here. If the government won't stand up, we have to stand with us. Taking up residence at forest, and we're going to protect the forest. That's what we're going to do. And so they could send all the cease and desist they want. We're going to have a big bonfire. So we'll wait for them to send their cease and desist. We got a nice fire pit around there. And we're going to invite all of you to come down. And we're going to have a bonfire to throw all of those cease and desist in and tell them, come. You come. There will be a big bonfire. There will be refreshments served, food and drinks. You got some nice sauce. We'll stay out late in the night. And we will use their cease and desist letters to warm us through the night. Ladies and gentlemen, I say in this country, the Attorney General just lied. We're going to write an official letter to the Prime Minister demanding that he resigns, saying that he read this document. He read the injunction. And given the implication, only others are not others. I'm going to take a few minutes to take some questions right now, and then I'm going to be out of your hair. I can't believe that I'm witnessing. I really wanted to give this government a chance to say that this would be a new day. But they have a chance to redeem themselves. We demanded a meeting today from the Prime Minister. We want to meet with the Prime Minister. He's the only person who can make decisions on ground land. We'll meet with him. We don't want him to hide behind these deceitful politicians and really use them as scapegoats, because they made certain decisions in cabinet to harass the Bahamians on this land and to ignore the Haitian immigrants. You have people everywhere, in every single ministry, in the police force, us, in the police force, in cabinet, at Crown Land, at Forestry Park, everywhere in this country, we have persons who are letting us know what they're doing. And all we're asking them to do is stop the evil. All we're trying to do is empower something. That's it. That's it. Just empower something. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much? Like, seriously, is that seriously too much to ask? Just give us our 1 acre. We have now in possession of some documents. I'm not going to do it today. We're in possession of documents that we're going to now starting to reveal to you what's been happening in this country so they saw Crown Land. While you've been treated like garbage, while you've been treated like nothing, you have family members or yourself that's applied for Crown Land and didn't even get an answer. They were given Crown Land, any foreigner who comes, allowing Asian immigrants to come and just squat on the Crown Land. Alpine Road from Faith Avenue is gone. Going west, that's gone. You can forget about that for you and your family. They're living on beachfront in the backyard. Beachfront. When you pass Alpine Road and you look at those gates that are locked, if you're heading west and you look to your left, look at those gates that are locked. Jesus. That's Haitians that have blocked you. They take you from. That's Haitians. Go drive Alpine Road and you can see a bunch of gates passing. Some of those gates are on long dirt roads and you can't see where the road is going. That's the Haitians. Lock us out of our own country. Jesus. Jesus. Will Bahamians wake up before it's too late? Again, I have no problem with Haitian. I have a problem with anyone being able to do anything in this country can. I have a problem with anyone being put over us. Is that too much to ask? When will we have a government that looks out for Bahamians? The Attorney General is now hell-bent on attacking Bahamians. They are not for you. Products. I'll take a couple of questions and I'm going.
The first question is coming from Deborah Ramming. She's asking, where is the Bahamas Rights Group? Who said they are for all human rights? How come they haven't said anything about Bahamians getting their land? They're using the Bahamas as their name, but only representing Haitians or illegal immigrants.
That's a very powerful
only
question.
In this Bahamas. This foolishness can't happen.
That's an important question. The group is called Rights Bahamas. Louis Georges actually texted me because he had a problem with me calling them illegal Haitians, illegal immigrants or something. Yeah, illegal Haitians. He had a problem with me calling them that. And my thing to Louis was that they are here illegally. They came here illegally. And so they are illegal. And so that's all I heard from Louis Georges, who's a part of Rights Bahamas, on that. No word about Fred Smith, Louis Georges, etc., defending the Bahamian people. And they won't. Because now they have a chance to. But with that said, I'm going to reach out to Fred Smith. I'm going to reach out to Louis. And we're going to reach out to all of those persons. And I'll let you know what they said. Since they're Rights Bahamas, they were looking out for the rights of all in this country. Let's see if they will be willing to work with us as it relates to Bahamians being affected. Let's see. We're going to do that tomorrow, and we'll get back to you. We'll let you know if they are avoiding our calls and ducking and dodging. We'll let you know exactly what they're doing. And if that's the case, we need to boycott Rights Bahamas. We need to not let them allowed to be considered an NGO in this country. They would be exposed. So, hey, tomorrow, we'll call Fred, and we'll see what happens. Next question.
Jillian Bartlett said, Lincoln Bain, you put in 150% today, and we need to know what happens next. Oh, what's the next move? And did you have the meeting today? I assume she's meeting with Brave Davis in regards to the Crown Land. Did they give you a date as to when you would meet with the most honorable Brave Davis
Thank,
as yet?
thank you. Thank you so much for that question, Jillian Bartlett. Yeah, we put in 1,000% today. We put in 1,000% today. And I want to thank everyone who came out and stood up. They didn't expect that size of a crowd. At first, the media wasn't even covering us. Only Love 97 was there. They weren't covering us. They weren't there for us until they saw the crowd started to grow. The crowd started to increase. And then later you'll see if you watch the videos, I was there. Yeah, so we dealt with Latreille Ramming. He delivered the letter to the Prime Minister, and they're trying to set up a meeting for us and the Prime Minister to deal with these issues. And so we'll see if that happens, or if they BS us again. We will keep you updated and informed. All we need you to do is constantly talk about this to your family and friends. The media is corrupt. The media has been corrupted. Share this information with your family and friends. When they come and start talking basketball, no, change the subject. Talk about what's going on. Asians burning down our country. The media are selling out. The government, the AG, lying to the Bahamian people. Deceiving the Bahamian. Moving forward, every single matter brought by the Attorney General should be addressed. Next question.
If we don't get your question, please retype it. There are a lot of
On behalf of the
messages.
Bahamian people, we demand the firing of both Ryan Pinder and Mr. Vaughn Miller. I 100% agree. That is going to be our stance. We're going to send official documentation to the Prime Minister demanding that. All right. I'm going to end it there. This one today, you know, Bahamian showed up today, and that's what encouraged me. But to see that we continue to go to this as Bahamians, that has me perturbed right now. So you can see that I'm not myself. That's me perturbed that Bahamians continue to go to this, and that there would be Bahamians who defend political parties while our country is being crushed. Our health system is under stress because of illegal. If you come legally, I love you. You're welcome. You're here. You come legally. Once you didn't buy your papers or do anything correct, you get it. But our health system, our education system is stressed. Our teachers are stressed. And nurses are stressed because of all of this. The police are stressed because they're dealing with a crime that is as a result of the illegal immigration and people feeling that they're stateless and committing crimes in order to survive. The police are stressed. The land is stressed. The trees are crying out. The trees are crying in the wilderness. Bahamians, please help us. They're destroying us and you're doing nothing. Our land is crying out. Our water table is crying out from being defecated in and on. We spoke to engineers from water and sewage, took pictures, did reports in the well fields to show that the Haitians were defecating, were stooling in the well fields. It's an open trench. The well field is a long open trench that runs for miles. The Haitians were using it and stooling in it. Jesus. And that water was bathing you and your children. Some of you were cooking with that water. Some of you were cooking with that water. You were brushing your teeth with the water that the Haitians stool in. And the government kept that secret. And they condemned the water table because of it, the well fields, because of it, and kept it secret and you didn't know. In fact, two of those persons, one who was in charge of the well fields, the man in charge was there with us today at the Prime Minister's office, standing with us because he knows what happened to the Bahamian people. You were brushing your teeth in feces. because of these illegal immigrants. And your government hid this from you. You're washing your hair in feces. And now the government wants to defecate all over us. Enough is enough. We're going to fight y'all.
So
Lincoln, if the government can protect illegal individuals and their illegal communities, that means that they can't stop Bahamians who create their own communities and take the land. Yes, the law must be fair. Lady Justice must be blind. She must have an equal scale. And so you cannot tell me that you are protecting the legal immigrants. And you saw the court, the judge literally said that these people were legal in many instances. The majority of them were illegal, but said that there's a human element. Why is the human element never extended to Bahamians? I'm going to fight this with my last breath in any way necessary. This is our last hurrah. Haiti at a point where they saw themselves going over the cliff and they could have stopped it, but they didn't. That's why the country is where they are now. Jamaica at a point where they were the same way. Now we are at that crossroad. Are we going to continue to let these corrupt politicians rule in this country, selling our citizenship for votes, making billions of dollars from these immigrants? Philip Brave Davis, this is in your hands. The blood of this nation will be in your hands. The blood of this nation, your hands. There will be civil war before we stand down and allow our country to be destroyed. There will be civil war before we allow you to sell our nations to enemy criminals. Yes, because landing here illegally is a crime. As a criminal. And so we're forming a vigilante force who's going to defend the last forest in the province. We're going to defend it. There's one more clip I want you to see of these lying politicians, one with Frankie the Snake Wilson. Maria brought documents and showed Frankie the Snake Wilson, showed him what they're going to develop. You know what Frankie's answer was? AM is his company that he runs. Man, listen, you can't make this stuff up, you know. The Commonwealth of Narnia. Show the clip with Frankie Wilson, please.
Pine forest in the Propal Tract area, another protected site. Attorney Maria Daxon had her own claims about the area, which she claims is not getting as much attention.
The government allowed Frankie the Snake Wilson to cut down the forest, and now he is going to put in homes here, subdivision.
Never. This is Warren Miller personal issue, because Warren Miller was heard to say that he wanted this for Frankie the Snake Wilson and his other cohorts.
However, Sir Franklin Wilson, who is the chairman of Sunshine Holdings, denies such allegations.
Franklin Wilson is developing no land by the Propal Tract area.
Okay, and none of your companies.
No, he says Franklin Wilson. I am a shareholder in a different company. I am not aware of what he's talking about.
And
so he said, not Franklin Wilson. I ain't doing nothing. They said, what was your companies? Well, I am shareholder in different companies. I don't know what you're talking about. In other words, not Frankie, our homes doing it. not Frankie, our homes. The company he runs. Oh Lord, they really think that we are our grandparents' generation. Lord, they don't know what they're in for. They don't know that when the member of parliament mess with us, we come in for the member of parliament. They don't know. They don't know. You don't want to tell them that this generation different. That this generation can put up with that foolishness. And we don't fear them. We don't fear jail. We don't fear your lies. We don't fear bankruptcy. We don't fear your scandals. You're lying on us. Some people can believe it. Some people won't. We don't fear your fake court cases. We don't fear any of that. Because we know you work for us. And you're our employee. And you made your money from us. And then you treat us like nothing. So many politicians have made killing using crown land. All of them who got their wealth, they did it using crown land, but they don't want you have that. But they have stupid fools who will stand up on social media and defend their evil. I want you to, for the next 5 years, to be extremely aggressive with these fools. Let them know that you're not falling for their propaganda. Be aggressive. Don't be afraid to talk them down. Don't be afraid to cuss them out if you have to. We have to be aggressive and let these people know that we want a new Bahamas and we are fed up and we're not taking it anymore. We have to stand up. So we have documents that we're going to start spilling out to you. More stuff that we have to discuss in the coming weeks. See, that's the plan. That's the documentation. We got Frankie Wilson plan. And he said, you don't know about this? The plan, Bahamas. It's highlighted there in yellow. 400, I think that's 60 acres. See there? We got the plans. We have the documentation. Yeah? See ya? The plans for the subdivision. There it is. Oh, Frankie, you didn't know? Frankie, how Lincoln Bain and Maria Daxon know and you don't know? Frankie Wilson, these are your plans. Look at how much forest is in between there. And the government is going to give it to him. We ain't talking about what he's already destroyed. See that? See in the yellow? That's the plan. That's where they can cut down everything. Look in the background. All that is forest. This is hundreds of acres. Hundreds. These nasty, dirty, filthy hogs pretending to be decent members of this society. Money don't make you decent. These people you all look up to and you all honor, they're going to destroy that forest. And the only reason they're fighting us is because these oligarchs wanted that same exact place that we are, and we took it from them. Regular Bahamians. That's what this fight is over. It has nothing to do with the trees. Because there is the plan of Frankie Wilson. Frankie the Snake Wilson. We have agents everywhere. And we want to encourage our agents to continue to give us the information to save this country. Look at it. Members of the media watching this, there it is. You got all the documents. Frankie, we got all the plans. We got everything. We got all the documentation. Frankie, don't mess with us. We ain't easy. We ain't easy. And we never talk unless we have proof. Enough of y'all ain't shared. I see 346 shares of this video. More people need to share this. Share this and share it more times in more places. Share it in all the groups. Go on Messenger and share it. Go on YouTube and share it with your friends. who don't have Facebook, who ain't on Facebook. You all got to spread this message. The media has decided it's going to be corrupt and they've sold out. See it there. Frankie said, well, I know. I shareholder in many companies. I know what's up. That's him. But Frankie, we know. We know. And so the lying Attorney General, lying Pinder, not lion. You're not a lion. You're a pussycat. You are mingy, cowardly pussycat. You are lying Ryan Pinder. The pussycat. Someone do a Pinocchio meme with Ryan Pinder and circulate it, please. Pinocchio. Pinocchio. Y'all get that as soon as possible. Or draw a pussy cat and put his head on it. Because that's what he is. Pinocchio. Von Miller, we ain't finished with you. Because I don't even know if Ryan Pinder believes it. I don't know him. I know you are a pastor. And you embarrassed God. You embarrassed God. Not just your government. You embarrass God. Von Miller, are you defending the Haitians because your wife is a Haitian? You know your wife could be a Haitian and you could still stand up, choose to stand up for what's right. There are Haitians who understand that wrong is wrong. They understand that, listen, we shouldn't be cutting out the forest in the Bahamas. Yeah, that's Haiti where we come from, but don't do that here, man. We leave there. You left there because it ain't working. Why come here and destroy it too? You left Haiti because of the corruption, because of food was too expensive for you, because they destroyed the place, it's unsanitary, and you came here. Why do it here too? There's some Haitians who are going to feel like I'm anti-Haitian, I'm not. But there's some Haitians who are going to understand that, you know what, Lincoln is speaking the truth. I'm not anti-Haitian. When the earthquake happened, I took a plane, filled it with supplies, a whole airplane. Not one of them small airplanes, a big airplane. Not them little small 4 or 8 or 10 seaters. A big airplane. I filled it up with supplies and took that to Haiti. Lived there back and forth 2 years, helping. Not anti-Haitian. Like, no, Haiti. And I don't want that state that the country is in. Hell. You don't want that. That's why you left. I love all. But we can't destroy this one nation. So please hurry up, send around that Pinocchio meme for Ryan Pinder. Thank you for your service.
Now, just before we end, on behalf of all cats, I would like to ask that you please do not defame them with Ryan Pinder's face. They don't deserve it.
I would like to take this opportunity to apologize to all cats around the world for comparing Ryan Pinder to them. Filthy snake Ryan Pinder does not deserve to be called a cat. My producer is a cat lover. He had with 60 cats or something. That's plenty mouths to feed. But Lion Ryan Pinder. That's what you call him from now on. Make sure add that to his name. Never refer to him as Ryan Pinder again. You call him Lying Pinder, or you call him Lying Ryan Pinder. Never refer to him as Ryan Pinder. And I apologize to all of the Ryans in this country. And you have my deepest sympathy for sharing a name with that filthy rodent. This is not a personal attack on him. This is based on his public actions to lie to the Bahamian people to the extent that he is, to attack the Bahamian people while not touching the illegal immigrants. So if Ryan is saying that the injunction only covers Abaco, then why they ain't doing nothing with the Shanty Towns in Providence 42? Ryan, if you say the injunction only covers Abaco, then we should start to see some Shanty Towns getting tear down first thing in the morning, eh? Oh, you didn't think that lie through because you all lie like little children. You all do like half a lies and don't think about it. Did y'all notice that? He said only covers Abaco. Then why they still here in New Providence? I can let Mario Sands cover that one, the clothesline. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to get those memes. I'll share it on my Facebook page, please. Pinocchio and Mitchell, Ryan Pinder. Share that everywhere. Lion, Attorney General. We're going to write an official document to the government calling for his resignation. We are the official opposition in this country. The FNM has no credibility. The PLP has started. Now, Brave Davis has a chance to rectify this. We are not interested in leasing our land because y'all don't lease it to the foreigners. We got more documents to drop. So we dropped a couple of maps today to show you Lion Frankie Wilson. And they're going to decimate 460 acres of land. And they say, oh, the Lincoln Bay area took 40 acres. Wake up, Bahamas. Wake up. They don't care about the trees. They don't care about the destruction of the land. Their only concern is that payments are being empowered. You don't wake up with problems. Wake up your family and friends. You must evangelize. Don't get tired. It's going to take some time for them to see. Stick to them. Talk sense to them. Do your own research. Don't just take my word for it. Talk to them. But don't give up. We are going to win this. And this is not a political win. This is a national win for all of our people. This is a national win for our people. The statements of the Department of Forestry calling my name as it relates to this thing, the Attorney General lying to the Bahamian people, is showing that this will be a political persecution. This would be political persecution. They're not doing this for any legitimate reasons. They would do this to attack the Bahamians. Wake up. Told the Golden Girls, you didn't get your land because you're Bahamian. Someone didn't get their job because you're Bahamian. You got fired at the hotel because you're Bahamian. You are last class because you're Bahamian. Last class. We're going to stand up and fight, but we need your help. We need your encouragement. I thank all of you who constantly pray. If you are prayer warriors, remember we're fighting a spiritual battle. We need your prayers. Call our names in your prayers. Let's keep God at the front of everything that we're doing. Yes, I believe in God. Let's keep God at the front of everything we're doing. We need your prayers. That is more important than anything. We need your support. If you're a member of the COI, please pay up. Make sure your dues are paid up. Please join the COI. This is not a political fight. This is a fight to save a nation of people. You are going to be extinct soon. You are going to be last class. If they have all this power right now, not being the majority, imagine in a few years when they are the majority. It's going to be nothing, and you will have nowhere to go, and you're going to be locked in. And when those people start becoming aggressive like they are in Haiti, dog, they humble now, you know. Yeah, they humble now. And they get in the right position and put all their children in the right position, and they realize that they're right there. Watch. See. See what happens in Haiti. See the protest, fire burning, eating humans on the street. They eat you, literally. I'm not saying this to fairmonger against Haitians. There's some very good, decent, and even Christian people who are Haitians. Just like they are bad Bahamians, they are bad Haitians. Who will outnumber you so? Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. See you next time.
And it's Bahamian, unprepared to stand up and fight and defend their own Bahamas, then you don't deserve to have it.
Now let that sink in. Come on. Change ain't coming, change is here. You can hear it, you can feel it in the air. All politicians, put your hands in the air. Just a stick up, let me make myself clear. I'm a grown man talking, so you know what to do. No one's leaving till we figure out the truth. Why you laughing? This ain't nothing funny. So no one gets to go home till we figure out this money. Change ain't coming, change is here. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, nigga, change is here. Now if you ain't standing with us, then I know you against us. Bahamas, this ain't no time for us to be lukewarm. This is war, and we riding through the storm. Come on. Let's go. Shalom to all my Hebrew brothers. To all my Muslim and Rastas, we need you, brother. Selassie, I know. I can't forget the Christians. Let's put our differences aside, cause it's a bigger mission. See, they've been doing it for years, trying to separate us. Kinda trying to keep us down and never elevate us. Now it's time to praise the Lord, cause he's about to take us over to the promised land where we can celebrate us. I got to do it for my kids that ain't even born yet. So the minute that they born, they already gotta check that check. Gotta have that time to collect, so they won't know how it feels to have that yoke around their neck. Yeah. See, y'all been robbing my grandmother, my great-great-grandmother and grandfather. It's like y'all can't get enough. Y'all just keep eating and eating and giving us nothing but taxes. Y'all went even as far as to say that this country's in debt and we ain't got no money. When 9 times out of 10, everybody in this country's possibly a millionaire. It's time to wake up. Let's talk about natural resources, cause every time we bring it up, they say hold your horses. They say it ain't worth a thing, but it's worth a fortune. Meanwhile, they open up their businesses across the borders. Oh yes, we track their bank accounts across the waters. They say this country in debt, but they making millions. If we don't stop this now, they be up to billions. It's about to go down and I get the feeling we gotta cut a movie on these dirty villains. On this Lincoln Bain and his team came with information. It's like everything changed, everything went quiet. It's like so much facts and they can't deny it. They rather keep their mouths shut before they start a riot. Now look how they tryna just steal the oil. They don't wanna share with none of y'all. They've been robbing us while we were sleeping. Send them to jail cause they failed, they committed treason. Change The change is here, they say change ain't coming. The change is here, they say change ain't coming. No, the change is here. Listen, from Freeport to Nassau all the way to Nagua, there's no more time for us to sit back and be quiet. You understand? This is war. If they only knew who we were, if they only know who we are, they would know we are warriors. No retreat, no surrender. Just give us what you owe us. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. I feel this all the way to my ancestors. We are warriors. We only really want what's owed to us. You get it? Now free up.